She had found the perfect man. He was kind, attentive, successful, charming. He said all the right things. He talked about forever, about building a life together, about children. There was just one problem. He wasn't real, and by the time Maya realized it, she had already lost $2,700 and something far more valuable, her ability to trust. This is the true story of how a romance scammer slowly manipulated a woman's emotions, exploited her kindness, and drained her bank account, one message at a time. Maya Jennings was 34 years old, working as an administrative coordinator at a mid-sized logistics company in Columbus, Ohio. She wasn't unhappy, but she wasn't exactly fulfilled either. Her last serious relationship had ended almost 3 years ago, a quiet, slow dissolution with a man who simply stopped trying. Since then, dating had become something she did occasionally, half-heartedly, swiping through faces on apps the way someone flips through channels looking for background noise. She wasn't desperate, but she was tired of being alone. Her friends were getting married, having babies, buying houses with their partners. And Maya? She was going home every night to an empty apartment, reheating leftovers and watching crime documentaries until she fell asleep on the couch. It wasn't sadness, it was exhaustion. So when her co-worker Danielle suggested she try a new dating app, one that claimed to attract professionals looking for real connection, Maya figured, why not? One more app, one more try. What's the worst that could happen? She didn't know the answer yet, but she would. It was a Thursday evening in late October when the message arrived. Maya had uploaded 3 new photos earlier that week, nothing posed, just natural shots from a weekend trip to visit her sister. She wasn't expecting much, but then he appeared. His name, or the name he gave her, was Ethan Mercer. His profile said he was 41, an international maritime logistics consultant, originally from London, now based in Michigan. The photos showed a man with strong features, a clean-shaven face, kind eyes, and the kind of effortless confidence that some men carry like a birthright. In one picture, he was on a yacht. In another, standing in front of what looked like a European cathedral. In another, laughing at a dinner table surrounded by friends. He looked successful. He looked real. His first message was simple. I hope you don't mind me reaching out. I know this is just an app, but something about your profile felt genuine. I've been looking for someone real, someone who doesn't play games. If you're open to a conversation, I'd love to get to know you. Maya read the message twice. It wasn't cheesy. It wasn't vulgar. It wasn't a copy-pasted pickup line. It felt intentional. She looked at his profile again, scrolled through his photos, read his bio. I've spent years building a career. Now I'm ready to build something more meaningful. Something stirred in her chest, a feeling she hadn't felt in a long time. Hope. She typed back, "That's a really sweet message. I'm Maya. Nice to meet you, Ethan." And just like that, it began. Over the next few days, the messages between Maya and Ethan flowed like water. He told her about his childhood in London, a modest upbringing, a father who worked the docks, a mother who dreamed of bigger things for him. He told her about his years in maritime logistics, working his way up from nothing, traveling the world. He said he was currently overseeing a long-term shipping contract in the North Sea, a complicated project that kept him on a vessel for months at a time, away from regular communication. Maya found herself checking her phone constantly, waiting for the next message, the next voice note, the next good morning, beautiful. He asked about her life, and not in a shallow way. He wanted to know about her family, her dreams, her fears. Tell me something you've never told anyone.
Something real. She told him about her father, how he had passed away when she was 19, how she still sometimes talked to him in her head when she was scared or confused. Ethan responded with empathy so deep it felt like a warm blanket. He sounds like a good man, and I can tell he raised a good woman. I'm honored you shared that with me. He never pushed too fast, never asked for anything inappropriate. He was patient, consistent, emotionally attuned. He felt like a gift. Within 2 weeks, they had exchanged over 1,000 messages. He had sent voice notes, his accent rich and warm. He had sent her pictures from the ship at sunset. He had told her he was falling for her. And Maya? She believed him because she wanted to believe him. Because for the first time in years, someone was choosing her.
It was the first week of November when the tone began to change. Ethan explained that his contract was almost complete, that in a few more weeks he would be back on land, that he wanted to fly to Ohio to meet her. Maya's heart raced, but then came the complication. Maya, I need to talk to you about something. It's a bit embarrassing, but I trust you. While I've been out here, I've been paid mostly in cryptocurrency. It's just how the contracts work in this industry. But I've hit a problem. I can't access my crypto wallet from the ship. The platform requires a verification process that I can't complete remotely, and I need funds to pay for a transfer fee so I can move everything to a standard account before I travel. Maya felt a flicker of confusion. Crypto? Fees? This wasn't anything she understood. But Ethan was calm, patient, reassuring. I wouldn't ask you for anything, Maya. You know that. But I'm stuck out here with no way to access my own money. The fee is $200. Once I pay it, my funds will unlock. Over $200,000 in crypto earnings. I'll send you back double what you helped me with, I swear, on everything I believe in. Maya hesitated. This wasn't something she had ever done before. She didn't know how cryptocurrency worked. She didn't understand wallets or blockchain or any of it. But Ethan walked her through it, step by step. He told her which app to download, how to buy Bitcoin, how to transfer it to a wallet address he provided. And through it all, he kept reassuring her. I know this is strange, I know it's a lot to ask, but Maya, when I get home, I'm going to spend the rest of my life making this up to you. I love you.
I wouldn't say that if I didn't mean it. She believed him. So she did it. Like $200 gone. Sent to a wallet she didn't understand for a man she had never met. 2 days passed. Then Ethan messaged again. Something went wrong, Maya. The platform flagged my account because the funds came from a new source. They need a second verification fee to release everything. I'm so sorry. I know this is frustrating. I'm frustrated too. Maya's stomach dropped. She had already spent $200, money she didn't have to spare. But Ethan was convincing. He explained the situation with perfect clarity. He expressed frustration, but never at her. He praised her patience. He reminded her how close they were to being together. This is the last step, I promise you. Another $1,000 and everything unlocks. Then I'm on a flight to you. Then our life starts. Please trust me, Maya. I love you. A cold war was raging inside her. Part of her knew something was wrong. Part of her recognized the pattern, the endless complications, the constant need for more money. But the other part of her, that part was terrified of losing him. She had already invested so much, emotionally and financially. If she walked away now, she would have nothing. No Ethan, no love, no future. Just another failed hope. Maybe, she thought, maybe if I just get through this last step, it'll all be worth it. That's what she told herself. So she sent another $1,000. 3 days later, it happened again. Maya, I have terrible news. The crypto exchange requires one final transfer, this time directly to a bank that handles digital currency conversions. It's a $500 fee. I'm devastated.
I know how much you've done for me, but we're so close. This is the last wall between us and our future. This time, something cracked inside her. She sat on her couch, staring at the message, and for the first time, she let herself see what was happening. The pattern. Every solution led to a new problem. Every payment opened a door to another demand. Every promise of almost never became act. She thought about all the conversations, all the sweet words, all the plans they had made, the house they would buy, the children they would have, the life they would build together. And she realized with sickening clarity, none of it was real. She had been so desperate to believe in something beautiful that she had blinded herself to the ugliness right in front of her. Maya pulled up a browser on her phone and typed, "Romance scam oil rig crypto fees." The results destroyed her. Article after article, story after story, women and men from all over the world describing the same scam, the same patterns, the same promises, different names, different faces, but the same predator. She felt sick. She felt stupid. She felt used. That night, Maya composed a message. Her hands were shaking. "Ethan, I know what you are. I've read the stories. I've seen the patterns. I'm not sending another cent. I don't know who you really are, or where you really are, or if anything you've ever told me was true. But I know this was all a lie. And I know you targeted me because I was lonely, and you exploited that loneliness. I hope you're proud of yourself." She waited for a response.
Part of her, a foolish, grieving part, hoped he would prove her wrong. That he would call, explain, show her proof that he was real and that this had all been a terrible misunderstanding. But instead she got silence. For 10 minutes, 20, an hour. Then the next morning, "You're being paranoid, Maya. I thought we had something real. I guess I was wrong about you." Classic manipulation. He was turning it around on her, making her feel guilty for calling him out. She didn't respond. She blocked him. And then she sat alone in her apartment, surrounded by silence, and cried harder than she had in years. The weeks that followed were brutal. Maya filed a report with the FTC. She contacted her bank, though they couldn't recover the funds. She reached out to cryptocurrency platforms, but tracing the transactions led nowhere.
The money was gone. $20,500 she couldn't afford to lose, but the financial damage wasn't the worst part. The worst part was the shame. She felt foolish, embarrassed, humiliated. She didn't tell her friends what had happened. Not for months. When she finally confessed to Danielle, her co-worker, who had suggested the dating app, she broke down in tears. Danielle didn't judge her. She held Maya's hand and said, "These people are professionals. This is what they do. They study human psychology. They exploit loneliness. You didn't fall for a stupid trick. You fell for a carefully designed con. That's not your fault." Maya began researching romance scams more deeply. She learned that billions of dollars are stolen every year through these schemes, that victims include doctors, lawyers, engineers, professors, intelligent, capable people who simply made the mistake of trusting someone who didn't deserve it. She learned that many scammers operate from large-scale fraud operations, running multiple fake profiles simultaneously, each one carefully crafted to match their target's emotional vulnerabilities. And she learned that the shame victims feel is exactly what scammers rely on, because shame keeps people silent, and silence protects the scammers. If you take nothing else from Maya's story, take these 5 lessons. 1. Never send money to someone you haven't met in person, no matter how real the connection feels. Romance scammers are experts at building emotional intimacy quickly. They study their victims, they mirror desires, they become the perfect partner on purpose. Money requests, especially involving cryptocurrency, gift cards, kiosks, or wire transfers, are almost always a sign of fraud. 2. Be suspicious of anyone who can't video chat or meet in person, especially if they have elaborate excuses. Real people can make a video call. If someone claims to be on an oil rig, a military base, a ship, or in a remote location that prevents face-to-face verification, consider it a major red flag. 3. Do a reverse image search on profile photos. Many scammers use stolen photos, often from models, influencers, or random social media accounts. A quick reverse image search can reveal whether the photos have been used elsewhere. 4. If someone asks you to pay fees to unlock funds, inheritance, or investments, walk away immediately. This is a classic advance fee scam. No legitimate financial process requires you to pay fees to receive money owed to you. 5. Don't let shame stop you from reporting. Scammers thrive on silence. If you've been victimized, report it to the FTC, IC3, or local authorities. Your report could help prevent someone else from being hurt. Maya didn't get her money back. She never found out who Ethan Mercer really was, or where in the world he actually operated from. But in the months that followed, she did something important. She talked about what happened, not to everyone, but to the people who mattered. And through those conversations, she discovered something unexpected. She wasn't alone. Other women had been through the same thing. Men too, people from all walks of life, all ages, all backgrounds, people who made the same mistake she did. They trusted the wrong person, and they paid for it, but they survived, and so did Maya. She didn't let the scammer take more than her money. She didn't let him take her spirit. If you're watching this and you've been through something similar, please know you are not stupid. You are not weak. You were targeted by someone who manipulates human emotion for profit. And the fact that you had love to give, that's not a flaw, that's a gift. Don't let one monster steal it. If this story resonated with you, consider sharing it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to Online Scam Stories for more true accounts of cyber fraud and how to protect yourself. Stay skeptical. Stay safe. And remember, the internet is full of strangers. Not all of them wish you well.